talking about selections, there is this great folklore about you having been the chairman of the Himachal Cricket Association and having selected yourself as the captain of the team.
You have to know the background because I used to play for Punjab earlier. I was used to the captain of Punjab under 16, under 19, North Zone under 19 teams.
In fact, you had a good record under 19. I was reading.
I was one of the highest run getters. I played against England under 19, member of the Punjab Ranji Trophy team and the Guru Nanak Dev University. All these teams have won the All India Championships. When I became the Himachal president in the year 2000, I was just 25 years old. I was not 45. And Himachal never won a game before that. During the last match of the season, of the Ranji Trophy season, I saw that our players are just participating. They are not playing to win the match.
I mean, Himachal was the team that even Jammu Kashmir used to beat.
Yeah. So I played that match. And I said, you have to change your mindset. You have to think about winning the game. Think differently. And that has changed their mindset. In next 4 years, we became the national champions.
So you actually
the same team
shifted from Punjab to Himachal to play.
Not really. I played for Himachal. When I became the Himachal president, I was not playing cricket.
Right.
Only one match I played just to be with my players. I was not 50 years old. I was just 25.
And that was only one match.
That was only one match.
Only one match. From next year on, you were not playing.
I was not.
Himachal was doing better.
Much better.
Much better.
We become the champions.
But this chases you wherever you go.
That's fine. Let people think what they have. But the Himachal players knows how we have created infrastructure for them, how we provided facilities for them, and how the performance have enhanced or improved. That clearly.
So you talked about the media, and in fact, quite a bit of this resentment comes because media thinks that Board of Cricket Control is Board of Cricket Coverage Control, BCCI.
You know, you raised a very relevant question. I'm going to propose it to the BCCI members. That this control doesn't go with the BCCI. We are the custodians.
But आप control तो करते हैं ना. For example, even the commentators on TV channels are in a way employed by you or contracted by you.
Very few.
But still, they are the only ones.
Very few. But it is the prerogative of the broadcasters to decide who they want as commentators. We don't decide on that. Even to take
you mean if broadcasters want, whoever gets your contract, it can have commentators other than the ones that you have contracted?
There are many. We just contracted few in the past to get them during the IPL because you're launching a new product. We wanted the best of the best commentators available.
Are you willing to give up this control? Because to me, this is truly fixed media.
I personally said that for me, our job is to care for cricket, to care for the fan, to care for the members of the board. This control has to be changed.
Because
I personally recommend.
This is paid news of the worst kind. That people commenting on you are paid by you.
Not really. They are. Broadcasters take care of them, and we have never told any commentator to convey anything. They are not our mouthpiece.
No, but people know. Once people know who's putting the butter on the bread.
Not really. but if you look at
no doubt.
But you speak to the players, they come and say that they are criticized for what they have not. For example, Virat has been said, oh, he has played more shots rather than scoring more runs. So, I mean, these kind of comments, but that's fine.
That's part of life. Fine. That's part of life. You know, a player also is in public life. Just as you in your political life face everything that comes your way.
That's fine.
I mean, you can't tomorrow say that BJP will now have two editors. I mean, besides getting Rajya Sabha seats, they will also exclusively comment on BJP's issues.
I don't get into things, and I don't believe in bans.
And you don't agree with this idea of controlling.
In this age, ban does not exist. Right. Whether it is social media, commentators or anything, I think we have to work in a different manner.
And why did you ban Harsha Bhogle?
We haven't banned anyone.
But what happened? Why did you drop him all of a sudden? He's a good commentator.
Ask broadcasters. We got nothing to do with that. No,
broadcasters were obviously got the cue from the board.
Not really. I was the honorary secretary of the board. I have never conveyed anything to them.
Will you put your hand on your heart and say the board had nothing to do with Harsha being removed?
We have never said to any broadcaster to ban Harsha Bhogle.
No, so what was the story of Harsha having had a fight with your predecessor or something that your predecessor did not like?
You can ask Harsha, how can I comment on two people?
No, but you are saying that did not lead to his not being there.
Not really. It is the job of the broadcaster to decide who is going to be the commentator for the series or for the season, not us.
You have no role because
No role.
because that has conveyed a feeling that this is really a party with a danda.
Not
जो
really.
हमसे टकराएगा चूर चूर हो जाएगा.
Not really. I think that's a misconception. We have no such intention. We don't get into these things. And personally, for me, no individual is important. For me, my institution is important.
So what will be your advice to judiciary? Because you have Bombay, you have Delhi. Do you find this interest in cricket and BCCI exaggerated?
I can't suggest, guide to the judiciary. All I want to say
You can
is,
request.
I don't think so. I respect the judiciary, I respect our judicial system, and I have a lot of faith in them. All I want to say is, we have brought in many reforms. We are one of the best run organizations of the board in the world. Look at what we have done in the last so many years. You can't say that we have done nothing. If we have done nothing, how can Indian team become the number one in the world? How come we won the Champions Trophy, World Cups, T20 World Cups, and become number one or number two in various formats of the game? There could be reforms required in certain areas, but how many people have visited your offices, your State Cricket Association offices, your BCCI office, or seen the functioning or interacted with every member of the board? I think it's very important to understand BCCI organizes 928 matches in a year, 1900 playing days, last minute change of the IPL, and we still conduct that. You can't say BCCI does nothing. We have done a lot for cricket and we are willing to do much more.
What has this litigation cost you in terms of reputation, time, image, money?
More than money, it is a reputation. I think once a perception matters the most. If you lose this bit of your reputation is gone. And despite doing so much for your ex-cricketers, current cricketers, upcoming cricketers, for the country, overall growth, overall development of the game, and you being bombarded or criticized every second day, which has not happened luckily for the last 18 months, because we have opened up. Many things which people used to just make stories on their own is not happening anymore because we are interacting with them.
See,
look at the selection of coach.
Which is going on right now.
It is not that I have decided on my own. I have the powers to do it. I have a cricket advisory committee. We have called for the applications. Anyone who qualifies as per that, they have been interviewed by that 3-member committee. Now they're going to recommend few names and we're going to take the final call on that.
But don't you think in the past, foreign coaches have worked out better? Gary Kirsten, John Wright.
Look at Saurabh's comment, which his personal comment on Greg Chappell and all that.
No, that was Greg Chappell.
But John Wright.
We've had some equally troublesome Indian coaches also.
So I think let's not get into individual Indian or foreign.
Right.
We'll pick the best for the Indian team because we need to have the best coach. It's not about money. We can afford the best and we should have the best. And that is why we have the great cricketers as part of the Cricket Advisory Committee.
Great and frankly incorruptible. Because
true.
These are the cricketers who guided India through a very turbulent period.
That's true.
When we saw Pakistan break apart, we saw West Indies suffer so much, New Zealand suffer so much.
I'll say one more thing. Rahul Dravid. He's not the coach with the senior Indian cricket team. He has come to work with the under-19 and India A sides.
Right.
When I requested him, he didn't say no to me. He said, I'll work, but I'll work for the junior cricket. That's a good thing about Rahul Dravid. He didn't went for the senior team or for the
big money and
all that.
And fame.
He wanted to work with the junior cricketers to make the team for the future. And I've spoken to many junior cricketers. They are so so happy to work with Rahul. At the age of 17, if you have to work with Rahul Dravid, who comes as a coach, big inspiration for the young cricketers.
And they learn
good
discipline.
for Indian cricket, like people like Rahul coming back to train young cricketers.
Right.
That's a big thing.
Right. So on the question of transparency, now there is one technical argument that whether BCCI should be under RTI or not. I would agree with those who said no, technically no, because you are not a government body. And I disagree with the court order. I mean, you may not say it, but I am saying that I disagree with the court order that you are like a government state body. But leaving that aside, what should BCCI have to hide?
We got nothing to hide. But I'll request that you do a survey on RTI. How was the experience in the last so many years? And whatever the law of the land,
What
we'll
was the
follow that.
experience?
You ask people, you ask the government officials, you ask the individuals. We don't take even a single penny from the government. We are not a government organization. And if the law legally, we don't come under RTI. And we got nothing to hide. If we spend anything more than 25 lakh rupees, is put on the website. Every big decision is put on the website. We got nothing to hide. But tomorrow if you start asking me, why did you select KL Rahul, why didn't you select other player? Now how do you justify that? In cricket, it is not always
subjective, yes.
It is not always that you scored a century and other has scored a 90 runs.
Right.
In what condition he has done that?
Yeah, it's not like
So I think getting into that domains will bring a lot of negativity into cricket, which we don't want.